Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
Karen was surprised I knew Christmas carols because, right, like, I was in Wisconsin visiting my boyfriend at the time's family for the holidays. Hi, Jack. Tip your bartenders. I grew up a non-celebrant in an Iranian immigrant household in the Bay Area. So this was my first white Christmas. So, guys, my boyfriend at the time's mom, Karen, was surprised that I knew the Christmas carols. But see, you know all the Christmas carols even though you don't celebrate. Like, she was genuinely surprised. And I was too stunned to speak because, like, of course I know Christmas carols. You cannot escape this shit. And, see, okay, this is the thing that I don't entirely understand about Christmas, right? Like, how exactly do you celebrate it? And this is a genuine question coming from that kid in your class who didn't celebrate Christmas. Right? Like, this is coming from somebody who knows how to not celebrate Christmas. Which is honestly a much harder feat than one might expect, but as I enter adulthood, I'm beginning to think that it's practically impossible to not celebrate Christmas. I honestly don't really know how my mom even did it, because, like, what does that even mean? Right? Because can we be so completely honest, okay? Most of the population of this country who celebrates Christmas is not showing up with a goat and baptizing Jesus themselves, right? They're doing what we're all forced to do this time of year. Okay, they're going to the Grove and they're listening to Michael Bublé bass in the middle of November, which is literally what I have been doing for the last 2 months. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Right, so White Christmas smells like gingerbread, sounds like Bublé, looks very bright, and in the heart of the empire, Wisconsin, for the sake of our story, it looks like the biggest parking lot ever, and the most aggressive yet festive hunting store you could possibly imagine. Think AR-15 sprawled across the wall, mildly microaggressive statements printed across graphic tees, scary, wrinkly, glaring old white people swarming up and down the escalator, all amidst hanging wreaths, red ribbon, and real snow on the ground outside. You guys, it was December 23rd. Like, what is everybody doing here? Last minute Christmas shopping? What the hell was I even doing there, right? And that's the thing, too, about White Christmas, because, like, the whole point of the whole thing is to be so homogenous. So, you know, the non-celebrates, the brown people in town, we stick out, right? Like, it's very apparent to everyone. And this has been my entire life. I do not celebrate Christmas. We are a brown immigrant household with a marginalized religious identity. I bet your ass you can't even say Zoroastrian. Right. And you haven't met my mom, but she is the matriarch of a brown immigrant household, okay? That woman's got a will. We did not celebrate Christmas. And it was clear back then, you know, like, they didn't even really have to ask it. They just knew. Right? I grew up in the whitest part of the Bay Area, so we're driving down the street in the middle of December, carpool's dropping me off. All the other houses have, like, trees and little ponies with red noses, like, sparkling, glistening, jumping off the roof and goddamn shit. And our house was dark. Which is ironic, because The holiday we celebrate instead of Christmas is the winter solstice. It's a celebration of the return of the sun after the long winter months. It's a celebration of light and poetry and fruit. But oh my god, none of you fucking care about that. We care about presents, bitch. This is fucking Christmas. Let's fucking shop. And this is what's so confusing, right? Because like, I'm gonna shop too. And I'm drinking hot cocoa and I'm painting freaking nutcrackers and I'm hanging up lights and I'm merry and I'm cheery. So does that mean I celebrate? Like, what kind of a fucking question is that? Do you celebrate Christmas? In this country, it's not even my goddamn choice. I swear to God, I have dead-ass been in the Islamic Republic of Iran in the month of Ramadan, and they did not shove that shit down my throat as much as, baby, it's cold outside. I really can't stay. Okay. So... White Christmas, it's commenced, okay? There's snow on the ground outside, so it's time for my first official Christmas dinner. Okay, so a beautiful table of meat, sprawling, the eggnog is pouring, the conversation's flowing. To my left, 3 heads down, is the bald uncle. This was the baldest uncle ever saw. I did not know the tops of people's heads could glisten like that under the fluorescent lights. I also did not know that white people called Iran the Republic. You can imagine the confusion on my face when said bald uncle asked me how things were going in the Republic. Right? Like, I knew white people called Iran, Iran, but the Republic, that really helped me out, right? So I'm racking my brain because there were so many things these white people say to me, like I should know what they're talking about, when it's like, why would I know what you're talking about? The Republic, the Republic. Immediately I think Star Wars, that's the one. Some shit in the white boy book, right? But why would said bald uncle be talking to me about Star Wars? Okay. Okay, I clarified with him. He condescendingly goes, oh, you know, the Islamic Republic of Iran. Okay. So I chuckle, I bat my eyelashes, and I swiftly move on from the several implications of the subtext of that question. That's the oldest trick in the Brown Girl book. I drink more wine. I keep to myself as dinner winds down towards the end. We've almost made it. Almost. There's a brief lull in all dinner conversations, the smallest sliver of silence before said bald uncle has another question from across the table.
Hey, Shanaya, how are your associates doing in Palestine?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? My associate? Who the hell are my associates? Like, are we in Star Wars world again? Like, have I suddenly become some sort of spy assassin and I just didn't know it? Have I suddenly become Palestinian and I just didn't know it? So many questions racing through my brain, but don't worry. I wouldn't have made it this far into White Christmas if I wasn't quick, okay? So I fire a response right back at him. Well, people are dying and it's funded by U.S. tax dollars. To which he cowers, whimpering defiantly.
Oh, I actually don't want to talk to you about this anymore.
Wow! That was fast! And a shocking bow out from somebody who seemed to care so dearly about the Middle Eastern people. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Middle Eastern person. Because this is the thing, right? When you're confronted with colonization that's sat in your DNA for several millennia, and you're sat in your luxury apartment reaping the resilience of your ancestors from said millenniums in the heart of the empire, debating whether or not to celebrate a holiday that at this point solely exists to perpetuate the agenda of said colonizing empire and all their corporate greed and elf on the shelf nonsense. These questions, they sit a little heavier in a person's conscience. Like, Jesus Christ. And don't get it twisted, okay? I love like holly and cheer as much as the next person. And I probably love shopping more than the next person. Isn't Christmas a religious holiday? Is this like a 4th of July kind of vibe? Or like, and how do all the Christians feel about all you unholy, non-mass going, sinful, slutty non-virgins hopping on their bandwagon? Just kidding. Don't ask the Christians. I do not want to talk to them about this.